Erling Haaland is one of the hottest football prospects right now, just 21 years old, and he's already commanding the attention of the wider football community. There's no doubt the youngster is a legend in the making and a next generation superstar. He was highly rated from a young age, but there was one moment when the world truly started paying attention to his abilities: the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Poland. Norway lost their first two games against Uruguay and New Zealand. If Haaland was meant to be the next big thing in football, he hadn't shown it yet. But in the team's third match against Honduras, the 18-year-old stepped up and made a huge statement. He scored a hat-trick in less than 36 minutes. It was clear that the kid had some serious talent. However, what happened next put him in a totally different league to anybody else. Haaland demonstrated a ruthless desire to find the back of the net, finishing the game with 9 goals. The goals didn't even stop when the game was already won. He got his name into the history books by setting up a record for most goals scored in a single World Cup match, and went on to win the tournament's Golden Boot, despite scoring in only one game.
How are you feeling right now?
I feel very good.
It's in this performance that the world saw a sneak peek of Haaland's raw ability. His physical presence combined with blistering pace and his intuition as a striker to know where the goal is what makes him one of the deadliest goal-getters at his age. Perhaps it's because he was born into a football family, the son of the former Leeds defender Alf-Inge Haaland, or perhaps he's just blessed with incredible natural talent. Either way, this game provided him the platform for a truly meteoric rise. His remarkable tally landed him a place in RB Salzburg's first team, where he continued scoring. There were more hat-tricks and more impressive performances as the youngster turned 19. He grabbed the world's attention once again with a hat-trick on his Champions League debut, scoring to become the first teenager to score in the first 4 matches of the competition. It wasn't long before the big clubs came knocking and he was on his way to Borussia Dortmund. By the time he turned 20, he'd firmly established himself as one of the most exciting players on the planet. A prolific record, an iconic celebration, and his name on the lips of every football fan in just over a year since he scored those 9 goals. Haaland has become a global star and his future is looking very bright. As the world was watching him shine on the bigger stage, Manchester United acted quickly to register an interest in signing the Norwegian striker from the Austrian club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted a reunion with Haaland, having already worked with him at Molde. But Haaland was denied a chance to move to Old Trafford by his father, who thought it was just the manager who wanted a transfer to happen, but not the club. Haaland carefully weighed in different options before making a €20 million move to Dortmund in January last year. That was definitely a steal. And since his move, Haaland enjoyed a ridiculously prolific season by scoring 13 goals in 15 appearances in the German top flight and a further 2 goals in the Champions League round of 16 first leg against PSG. Haaland went on to win the Golden Boy 2020 award after a terrific first season in the Bundesliga. This award is given by the sports journalists to a young football player under the age of 21, perceived to have been the most impressive in a calendar year. After claiming the award, Erling made it clear that there are many challenges he intends to meet during a sporting career that's only just begun. It's an important award. I'm proud of it. It is a motivation to do better and pursue the other goals that I have, said Haaland. Now, according to some reliable sources, Chelsea have made Haaland their top summer transfer target and are ready to break their transfer record to sign the Norwegian striker, a year before his £66.6 million buyout clause comes into effect. Having already raided the Bundesliga over the past 4 transfer windows for 3 of its brightest talents, Chelsea are now plotting a move for Haaland. The Blues have signed Timo Werner and Kai Havertz from Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen for a combined €153 million fee last summer, having already signed Christian Pulisic from Dortmund during the winter transfer window of 2019. Werner and Havertz are struggling to live up to their promise just now, having scored a combined total of 5 goals since their big money moves from the German top flight. And now, Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has reportedly set his sights on Haaland. But the young striker needs to think twice before making a move to London, knowing that Chelsea has had an embarrassing list of failed strikers in recent times. There have been big hits such as Diego Costa and club legend Didier Drogba, but then there are players like Andriy Shevchenko, Radamel Falcao, Fernando Torres, Gonzalo Higuain and Alvaro Morata, who all failed to make a move and please the fans lately. There's no denying the fact that Chelsea have been very unlucky in terms of getting goals from the strikers, despite spending big on them in the past, and any fan of English football will agree that the North London club has had the biggest turnover of player transfers over the past 10 years or so. To start the argument, just look at how Shevchenko performed after signing for a whopping £30 million from AC Milan. A paltry return of 9 league goals in 48 appearances capped off a miserable 2-year spell for the Ballon d'Or winner at Stamford Bridge. Jose Mourinho, during his second stint as a manager at Chelsea, tried to give another Premier League lifeline to Falcao after his failure at Manchester United, but it turned out to be a horrible loan signing by the Portuguese tactician. The Colombian forward, who started just 2 games for Chelsea, managed just a single goal in 12 appearances for the London-based club. If we look at the number of trophies won, Torres had an eventful time at Chelsea following his £50 million move from Liverpool. The former Atletico Madrid striker won the Champions League, the Premier League and the Europa League during his 4.5-year spell with the Blues. But 45 goals in 172 games from the Spaniard shows just how bad the spell was, both for the club and for the player. His best moment in a Chelsea shirt came when he scored in the semi-final of the Champions League against Barcelona, but sadly, he will always be remembered for his open goal miss at Old Trafford. Chelsea signed Juventus striker Higuain in January 2019. The Argentinian joined the English outfit on loan for the remainder of the season, with an option to buy for €36 million. But right from the first day, it became clear that he wasn't a good fit for the team. Higuain was used to banging in goals for fun in Italy and Spain, but the Argentinian striker struggled to adapt to the physicality and the rigours of the Premier League and was deemed as a failure by the Chelsea fans. Morata is the latest entry in the long list of failed strikers at Chelsea. Signed for a then-club record fee, Morata's life in England began well at first, as he managed to find the back of the net consistently in his first 10 games, but that was the best he could offer. The Spanish striker had been one of Europe's deadliest strikers prior to his move to Stamford Bridge, but the pressure of leading the attack and the physicality of the Premier League led to his failure at the club. 16 goals in 47 appearances is a low return considering the £70 million fee paid by the club for his services. Haaland, on the other hand, is enjoying top form at the moment, having already scored 12 goals in as many games this season and 6 goals in 4 appearances in the Champions League. If we look from the player's perspective, this season is not going per his expectations. Dortmund are struggling in the Bundesliga, having suffered 7 defeats from their last 11 league outings.
Are you going to sleep lonely tonight?
Yeah.
You're not taking a girlfriend at home right now. You didn't score a hat-trick.
Didn't score, no.
Their humiliating 5-1 defeat against the newly promoted Stuttgart forced the management to sack head coach Lucien Favre. Last season's Bundesliga runners-up are only 4th in the league table after 17 games, with Bayern Munich already 7 points clear at the top with a game in hand. Dortmund are trailing Bayer Leverkusen and RB Leipzig with 3 points each. Certain reports in the media suggest that Manchester City are also interested in signing Haaland. The owners of the mega-rich Manchester club are willing to put their hands deep into their pockets to sign the Norwegian striker. Pep Guardiola wants Haaland at the Etihad, knowing that the citizens will be short of attacking options next season, with Jesus their only option after Sergio Aguero's likely departure. Regardless of their issues with Mino Raiola, Manchester United would also jump at another opportunity to sign a striker who might turn out to be more prolific than Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund also know that they would not be able to hold on to Haaland forever, especially if big clubs such as Real Madrid, City and Barcelona show firm interest in signing him in the upcoming transfer windows. However, Dortmund's CEO Hans-Joachim Watzke made it clear that the German outfit will not sell Haaland in the upcoming summer transfer window. Watzke advised Haaland to remain at the Dortmund-based club, just like Robert Lewandowski. I don't think that will happen. Erling and his advisor Mino Raiola know what they have in us. I can only advise him to do things like Robert Lewandowski. He gave himself the time to mature into an absolute world-class player at Dortmund. You won't be able to do that in a year. Because it's clear that if Erling should leave us at some point, then he will only go to an even bigger club, and so many are not considered. If you go to a club like, just to give an example, Real Madrid, you have to be world-class. Haaland, who's reached double figures in the Champions League 4 games faster than any other player in the competition's history, will not be short of potential suitors if he keeps scoring goals and remains fit. But a move to Stamford Bridge looks less likely given the club's below-par league performances under Frank Lampard and a minimal chance to progress to the later stages of the Champions League after being tied against Atletico Madrid in the round of 16. Winning the Champions League is a top priority for Haaland, and it doesn't look like the London club is the right place to help him in achieving his ambition.